Hi, I'm so excited to talk to you guys today. I have my Quince and Company top on, and I have a hat that I'm in progress of knitting, the Andrea Mallory one I was talking about, and some other stuff to show you guys. Hi, welcome. I am Gabie, Gabie's Goodies on social media like Instagram, Gabie's Goodies Design on loveknitting.com. Welcome, and I'm excited to talk knitting today. First off, I wanted to say that in my introduction last time, I said that my normal friends, I don't really talk knitting, and I have a slight correction to that. I do have knitting friends, but the thing is I don't get to see them all the time, and I feel kind of rude just talking about all of the details of my projects and the progress of my projects to them. So that's why I feel like this is a fun forum for me to be able to do that and not feel like I'm just monopolizing my friends' conversations with knitting stuff. So I do have knitting friends in real life. It's just they're not my daily life. Okay, so I wanted to talk to you first about my what I'm wearing. It is Deschain by Quince and Company. They had a year or two ago a linen noir collection, and I think it was supposed to use their yarn Kestrel, which is a linen chain yarn in a worsted size. I tend to do things on a bit of a budget, so I ended up choosing the Lindy chain yarn from Knit Picks and holding it double because that Lindy chain yarn is a fingering weight yarn, but it is a chain 70% linen, 30% cotton yarn, so it, I believe, probably has a very similar feel. And it looks, my garment looks very similar to what the pattern looked like. So you probably can't see the whole thing. I'll try to put a picture up. I wanted to stand up and show you guys the whole sweater. So it scoops in the front where the lace is, just the nature of those drop stitches in there and the lace pattern. So it kind of has this scoop here, and then under the arms, when my arms are down, because it's just like a box, it kind of goes down when my arms are down. Drop shoulder, picked up stitches, and knit the sleeves separate, so it's knit front, back, and then the sleeves are knit in the round. But it's really pretty, and it's very drapey, and it's knit not quite 3/4 length sleeves, a little shorter than that. The sleeves did stretch out a little around my elbow, where I bend my elbow. It's very airy, and it's very wide and cropped. I did read some comments on it that said that the back kind of scooped up, even though it's knit just like a box. So I ended up adding a few short rows in the back to make it a little bit longer in the middle of the back so it didn't scoop up. It kind of worked. I wish I had done more short row shaping in the back to make it longer in the back, or else done just the whole piece longer and did a split seam or something. But other than that, I really like it, and I actually wear it a good bit. I do like my summer knitting tops, and this was, I think, my first one I've ever made. So this is a much loved pattern, or a much loved garment. Again, it's by Quince and Company, Deschain, and I made it out of Lindy chain from Knit Picks. And I guess it was just called black, the color of it. I'm not sure, but it's definitely just a black yarn. So, all right, so the next thing I want to show you is my brioche progress. Last time I told you that I was going to do a brioche project because I wanted to learn something new and exciting. I had done brioche in the Andrea Mallory boho blush shawl that I showed you last time. and that was one color brioche, but I really wanted to learn two color brioche, and I decided to do a hat. I've chosen the Vintage Prim hat by Andrea Mowry, and this is my progress so far. Now when I did my swatch, I did it flat, so just back and forth. And this is knit in the round, so it's you do brioche knitting in the round. I actually think that in the round was a little bit easier than flat. It just seemed more, I guess, intuitive when I should do the purling, brioche purling of that background color versus when I should do brioche knitting of the foreground color compared to doing it flat. I did modify the pattern a little bit, just can't help myself. The pattern calls for this beautiful brioche pattern in about a third or so of the hat, and then the rest of it is supposed to be garter, where you alternate these two colors. But I really want to get comfortable with brioche, and I really like the texture and the pattern it makes. So I decided to just do plain brioche on the other side as opposed to doing that garter. Now I did look at a few people's projects and I didn't see anybody who had done that, and my only potential issue could be when I get up to the crown shaping, like how I'm going to do my decreases, since it's not just in garter, it'll be in the brioche stitch, so I want to make them look nice and not just messy. So I'll have to figure that out when I get there. I can follow the pattern fairly easy, and I like it. The only issue I have had is when at the beginning of round, I've had a little trouble. I don't even know if you can see it or not, like right here in the beginning, and then it got better, but I've just had I have a little mistake right here, so I tried to fix it. It's not easy to fix when you have a mistake in brioche. I had dropped a stitch and I didn't realize it, and it was a few rows back, but I wasn't going to take it all out for that. So I don't think you can notice it from far away. I've heard of that saying, like, if you can't see it riding by on a horse, then you're okay. So I think I'm okay. You can probably see it more on this side. But other than that, I'm not having any trouble following the pattern. It's definitely something I have to pay attention to. It's not a mindless knit. Now I have gotten into the rhythm where this part, where it doesn't have the patterning on it, is fairly mindless. I can do it and I can really get in an easy rhythm. I do knit continental. I don't know if that's easier or not with brioche, but for me, I can really get in a rhythm of doing this brioche, the plain brioche knit. This side, I have to pay a lot of attention to the pattern and where I'm at in the pattern. But I'm beginning to be able to see what it's doing as I'm knitting it, to see if I'm off on a stitch or something like that. What else can I say about it? Oh, let me show you the other side. The other side is pretty cool too. I don't know which side I like better. That is my air conditioning. Hopefully it's not too loud. Hold on, I'll turn it off. Okay, I'm back. So like I said, this side is really pretty too, and I'm not sure which side I like better. They're different. I guess I can wear it either way since brioche is a reversible fabric, and I can wear it whichever way I like. And I could even do, if it's long enough, like turn up the cuff or the brim. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe I should try it on for you. So that's this side. I think it's going to be plenty, I think it'll be plenty big. I don't know if I'm going to block it because I'm afraid that blocking it might make the knitting stretch too much. This stitch seems to be very stretchy. What do you think so far? I like it. I think it'll be really cute. So that's the update on my brioche stitch adventure. Vintage Prim by Andrea Mallory. It's coming along nicely and I'm enjoying it. Oh, but I did want to tell you. Oh, again, this is Sweet Georgia Fibers or Sweet Georgia Yarn fingering weight tough love sock. So I think it's merino with 10 or 15% nylon. But it's being housed in this very adorable bag. This bag was a gift from a friend. She sewed it up for me as a project bag. And it's called an origami bag. So this one side is much shorter than the other. So you just slide it through and then it sits all cute like. Back it up. Is that adorable? My friend Heidi made this for me. Very sweet of her. She sews a lot and knits and all kinds of stuff. All right, the other update I have, last time I showed you a doll I was working on for my daughter. So her birthday has come and gone just less than a week ago now. And I didn't quite finish her doll, but I got it close enough to give it to her. So the hair is not entirely done. And I think I actually might want to redo the hair. I've made it out of a cotton blend yarn and it's kind of heavy and also seems to tangle a bit, which is a lot like my daughter's hair. Hers tangles a lot too. But I think that if I made it out of either a wool or just a acrylic yarn, that it might be a little lighter and less tangly. I don't know. I also haven't clipped it so it's the right length. And the little wig is being held on by safety pins. But she loves it. I forget, I think she named it like Sherry or Crystal or Christy, something like that. But she's very cute. I made her a little top. The shirt is mohair on the side. It's just a little boxy shirt. I made 2 rectangles and then I seamed them at the sides and at the shoulders. So the front is mohair and then I made it reversible so that she can turn it around and have a little, a different little top on the other side. So it's mohair along the bottom and then the top is a little merino sock yarn that I think I actually got, it's Hawthorne speckled from Knit Picks. And it was left over from my Sunset Highway sweater I made by Caitlin Hunter. I'll have to show that on the channel sometime soon. And then little skirt, I love how that turned out. So I had some pink sock yarn left over, or fingering weight yarn. I don't know if this is sock yarn, I think it's just merino yarn. And I did, out of the Japanese stitch knitting stitch Bible, something like that. I made this little skirt with the pattern. The pattern's from the Stitch Dictionary. And I just kind of made up the skirt. I did a little ribbing that was kind of tight so it would go around her waist and stay on. And then I did that panel of the stitch from the book. And back's just stockinette stitch. But she turned out really cute. My daughter found out that her little welly wisher doll shoes will fit on her little feet, which is cute. So that's the update on that. I don't know if I'll show her again unless I do something drastically different with her hair. But she loves her, and that's all that matters. I do have some yarn acquisition I wanted to show. It is from my vacation this summer. We go to the Outer Banks in North Carolina every year to the beach. And last year, I found a store called Yarn and More. Yarn and More. And it was a cute little store. And they had some beautiful Malabrigo yarn there. that I picked up some last summer, and then this past summer I went back and I found this. This is also Malabrigo yarn, and this skein's kind of a mess because my dog got into it twice actually. I don't know why. I guess he likes yarn as much as I do. But I'm really hoping that it's not a huge mess when I go to skein it up, because he was like wearing it somehow. He had gotten in the middle of the skein. I don't know how that even happens. Anyways, so these are both Malabrigo, and they are singles. I have never knit with singles before. I have heard that they're really good in shawls and they're nice and drapey. I'm not sure I would knit with it in like a sweater because I've heard that it can pill more. I guess it's not as durable. I could be wrong, but that's what I heard. So this one is Piano. 730 Piano is what it says. But it is speckled and beautiful, and I thought it reminded me of water in the ocean, and we were at the beach, so I wanted it as a souvenir. And then this one is like a deep blue, and it's it says 100 single lot, so I guess that means it's not a it doesn't have like a specific name. Maybe they don't dye it up again, but it is a very, very deep blue with almost a little bit of black in it. Sometimes the sunlight in this room can mess up the coloring, but it's really pretty, and I thought that they might go nice together. I was actually considering brioche. It's part of the reason why I thought about practicing brioche and learning it, because I think that this might be fun. And I was thinking maybe a shawl, if I did these two together and then maybe a section of mohair and then go back to these. I thought that could be fun. And it would remind me of like the beach, and like the foaminess of the waves as they go over. It could be represented by the mohair. And this is like the deep ocean or something. I don't know. That's just my imagination there. I think that's all I have to show you guys right now. I have more to show you, and I have some a design in progress that I'd like to show you next time. So we'll see if I can get that to a point where I want to show it off. So I don't think I have anything else to show you today, but thank you so much for watching, and just let me know what y'all are thinking about the podcast, and if you have anything you want me to talk about, or any type of knitting skills that are new and interesting to you guys that y'all have been learning. I'd like to hear that. Like I've been doing brioche. Let me know if y'all have been doing something different. Fair Isle or Intarsia or anything really. Just let me know what you're practicing, what you're doing, and what you're learning. I love to hear it. Talk to you later. Bye.